So I know I saw recently that you did some work with Future, Young Thug, and Lil Baby on their
Yeah,
video
that was
shoot.
the Dumb Dumb and Dumber video.
Yeah.
It's about like 30, 40 million views right now, I think.
Okay.
But that
So
was,
that's your cars in that video.
yeah, it was 25 cars there, really more than that. And that happened about 2 a.m. in the morning. We was there for like 6, 7 hours waiting for the artist. I had 3 cars there. They pulled up, got out the car, and was like, I hate this. I'm not going to shoot this. Keep in mind, the label just spent about $100,000 to make this whole shoot happen. It's a team of 20 people sitting there ready to shoot them. They pull up talking about, oh, I'm in a song talking about 25 cars. Well, man, why is there only 3 cars here? We shutting this shit down. The whole production team is arguing with each other about, what do you mean, 20? How do we this up? I hear them talking. He comes to me, bro, take your cars home. We're going to shut this shit down. We only have 3 cars. They need 25 cars here in the next hour. It's over with. I looked at him. I said, man, just send me a wire for 25,000, man, and I'll have it here. Like, I was just soaking up game from a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, over the years, and now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
No, it is crazy, man. We rolling now, so it was one of those things where, like, even when I started doing these interviews and stuff, and I started making, like, I suppressed who I knew because I just kind of wanted to forget that life.
You got to separate to upgrade, and then you come back and put your hand out. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? But then once I started reaching out, I'm like, damn, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person, I know. Like, and you start to, like, what we were doing back then was really some legendary, groundbreaking. Like, if you look at who we were around, we was around some people that's still in the industry now. When you talk about,
even if they wasn't still in it, it was around people that started this shit, that really birthed it. They might have got blackballed or whatever over the years, but it's like, bro, we was doing it before this shit really cool and the popular thing to do. You know what I'm saying? What you were saying about all them random connections, they add up. Like, that's how my path, that's how I chose my business. Now, all them through them years of producing, I was just the token little white boy around, just making it happen. And meeting all these random connections and just impressing, becoming number 2 in all sorts of organizations just because I was solid and always helping people out and people just trusted me. And I got to the point where it was like all these weird connections started coming back together through me. Like, it might be 2 boss seven-figure that's on their own in 2 different cities, and I bring them together just off of love and respect for me mutually. And it's just like, that's all I did over time, was just use them little connections, them random that didn't make sense at the time, all came back together, just nurture them relationships over years and over time. And now you're the one that everybody look to for something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. And see, so it's like one of my famous sayings that I always say is 2 + 2 = 5. We gotta always make to where it adds up. This never adds up. Ever. So yeah, we kind of jump straight into it, but
I like it's organic, man. Let's keep it rolling. We can cut what's good and get rid of what's not. You know what
so welcome to Mogul State of Mind. It's Uncle Spin. We got a special guest here today. So I never introduce my guest. I like to let my guests introduce themselves. So, man, tell them who we're here with today.
Man, I'm a humble guy, but, man, I'm King Henry, super producer. I own the biggest exotic rental company in Miami. I like to think so. At least top 5, soon to be the entire world.
Yo. What's the name of your business?
Quantities of Quality.
That speaks for itself. Say that one more time, bro.
Quantities of Quality. You know how people talk about quality over quantity?
Yeah.
We got quantities of the quality, man. And that name goes in a lot of different industries. It's not just music. It's not just cars. It's not just yacht. I plan on using that name as a big overall business branch for everything I want to do, and it makes sense for anything. But in front of anything, that should just sound good, sound professional.
For sure. So what is Quantities of Quality?
It evolves as time goes on. Basically, what I'm on right now is I'm an international luxury concierge. So what I am is the guys with the money, the guys with the motion. Any person who makes it out their city and wants to do something, they come to those tourist locations trying to get the cars, get the yachts, build that brand, build that image for themselves. I'm the guy that they call, and I provide full service A to Z, anything you need, pretty much. It starts with the car, it starts with the yacht, it starts with the house, whatever you want. But from that point, anything else you need, I got connections, trusted connections that's been vetted to get anything done where you know you're going to get the best service, the best price, and you know people ain't going to you over. And that's why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? No. It's all private. It's all word of mouth. I don't have no website. I don't have no good business cards. I got competitors that's got 100 times more money than me, whole teams, and they looking to me for questions and support. You know what I'm saying? Because it all comes down to it's deeper than money. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So I know I saw recently that you did some work with Future, Young Thug, and Lil Baby on their video.
Yeah, that was the Dumb Dumb and Dumber video. It's about like 30, 40 million views right now, I think.
Okay.
But
So that's your cars in this video.
Yeah, it was 25 cars there, really more than that. And that happened about 2 a.m. in the morning. We was there for like 6-7 hours waiting for the artist. I had 3 cars there. They pulled up, got out the car, and was like, I hate this. I'm not going to shoot this. Keep in mind, the label just spent about $100,000 to make this whole shoot happen. It's a team of 20 people sitting there ready to shoot them. They pull up talking about, oh, I'm in a song talking about 25 cars, one man. Why is there only 3 cars here? We shutting this shit down. The whole production team is arguing with each other about, what do you mean, 20? How do we this up? I hear them talking. He comes to me, bro, take your cars home. We're going to shut this shit down. We only have 3 cars. They need 25 cars here in the next hour. It's over with. I looked at him. I said, man, just send me a wire for 25,000, man, and I'll have it here. You know what I'm saying? and they really got a lot of value for that too, because I was giving them cars that wasn't even really what they was paying for. I'm throwing in a Venador SVJs for free, STO, them $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 cars, just because that was sitting there and I needed to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the craziest thing about all this, I don't really like to speak on it. I know I'm kind of going off, but it's like, in my position, I don't own none of them cars. I'm the guy with the motion. I don't want to be the one that puts my own money and rents my own cars out. All them owners pulled up that day. They all made anywhere from $600 to $800 for their car to be there all day. I walked out that bitch with $20,000 in my pocket. I'm the one driving the cars. I'm the one pulling up to artists saying, yeah, these are my cars. I'm not claiming I own them. I'm the one who makes it happen. When you call it, I get it to you for the best price. It don't matter who owns it. I'm the one who makes sure the owner makes his money off his investment, his lifetime investment. He don't want to deal with these type of clients anyways. He's some rich 60-year-old man. I'm the one who gets shit done. By providing so much value to this guy, he now provides value to my clients, and now they're more protected. They get better numbers. They get better service off of my face. Everything comes off my face at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's why it's powerful. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people will use me. Technically, I'm a glorified middleman, but I didn't took this to an art. So it's like now by me being there now, it just provides all sorts of 10 times of value on both ends, and everybody winning. I'm bringing him 7 figures a year, millions in sales. My clients getting whatever they want at the snap of a finger, and they know if Henry's face is on the deal, it's gonna be smooth. They ain't gonna take my deposit. If I scratch a little rim, they're gonna work with me. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure, for sure. And you know, I tell people all the time in business, you know, you gotta know. So I got 4 steps to life. 4 steps to life, business, anything. Identify, be intentional, execute, capitalize. So to hear you say, I'm a glorified middleman, that means you've identified your role and you're intentional about it.
Yeah.
And then when you execute, that's when you start to capitalize, and that's why you had the success.
I was just a little producer that was in the right rooms around some good money. I done worked my way up, or they liked my beats. I'm making beats off $20 speakers in my mama's garage at the time. Like, I'm around in Lamborghinis, getting a mansion. I'm over there cooking up, and I'm just starting to peep how shit works. And my goal in life was always to get to the top, not only to reach and work with the highest point, but to provide some sort of value and change the generation to do something good. Like, I wanted to get a point of influence where I could be like, hey, let's join forces and build a fucking orphanage, or, you know, help people out, or create opportunities for people. And I'm doing that by myself right now. I'm building an orphanage in Uganda. We'll get into that later. Bring me back real quick.
Yeah, man. So like you were saying, so it's about making a change and doing it your way. So I know when we were speaking off camera that you were saying the path that you've taken, you went completely against what was expected from you, from your family and things of that sort. So let's talk about that. So what got you first into producing? What got you into that?
Smokey Ellison, R.I.P. Smokey.
R.I.P. Smokey. I remember, man. That's my dog, man.
Yeah, see, me and Span go way back for years and years, and that's around that time that I threw everything away. I graduated high school a year early. I was always the smartest while also fucking off and doing whatever I wanted. I graduated high school a year early, and while everyone else was in 12th grade, I was just in the streets doing whatever I wanted because I had a year until I went out to college. That's around the time I met Yami and Smokey and all the motherfuckers that I was fucking with. And Smokey came to Miami, and he was cooking up one day. I pulled up. He just wanted some gas. At the time, I just smoked a lot of gas. I would have some gas. I pulled up, gave Smokey some gas. I heard him making a beat, and that shit just touched me so hard. Bro, that shit just his sound, his vibe, bro. Just being there, just like, bro, that should give me goosebumps literally right now talking about it.
Me and Yami made a crazy one. I never dropped it though.
Bro, look, me and Yami fell off, but I always love and respect him regardless of what happened, because he put me in position to meet certain people that over time I took into my own hands. And I didn't run off with nothing of his, but I earned the right to be in rooms with certain people. And that shit took me to a whole nother level. Like, every step along the way I didn't realize that time was the perfect next stepping stone to get to where I needed to be, to where I am today. And it's and I never really knew what I was doing, but I'm a man of God, and I'm not religious by any means, I'm spiritual, but I've always had this weird gut feeling in my stomach that just told me what to do when no one else understood, when no one else could even see the vision. You know what I'm saying?
And I call it being vertically in line. So even me, when I went on my mission, I said, I'm going to change my life physically, spiritually, financially, and mentally. And when you get all four of those things working
It's
together,
like the Thanos stones on your hand, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can rule the world. You
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? So, all right, cool. So you went against everything. So you were supposed to go to college.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to college. I heard Smokey cooking up that day. I threw it all away and said, I'm gonna be a producer. My whole family, everyone I knew said, man, you're an idiot, bro. You don't even know how to make music. You ain't gonna be no producer. And I just knew in my gut that's what I wanted to do. So I started doing it. Crazy thing about it is I started because of Smokey. About 6 months later, Smokey passed away. We ain't gonna talk on that, but Smokey passed away, and I was lost because the person that just influenced me to change my entire life and throw everything away now passed away. So what I did at that moment was start looking into Smokey. And that's how I really tapped in with Texas. Because I started fucking with Road Run Simo, RRW. This is way back before I even got into rentals, you know what I'm saying? This really changed my life. We'll go into that deeper into the interview. I reached out to Simo. I said, look, I know you're a producer, RIP Smokey. I want to continue what I started with him. I want to come fly. He flew me out to Texas. Simo, the type of motherfucker, he not friendly. He don't have people around him. He don't let people. He flew me to put me in his house with his family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was 18, 19 years old. I wasn't even old enough to get in the club yet. At that point, I started making music with Simo. Simo had just gotten out as well. You know Simo. Yeah, I know, you know what I'm saying? Simo was starting off as well. You know, Simo a big dog now. Simo a very respected person. He, like, the people, all the major people respect him, and I was around that just cooking up with him. So I started getting into a little bit of motion through that. Yeah. And it was all through Smokey. You know what I'm saying? I was in clubs in Dallas where I couldn't even old enough to get in. It's 4,000 or 5,000 a section. I didn't even have 5,000 in my name. And I'm standing on stage, they playing my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking that shit. Keep in mind, I'm cooking this shit up in my mom's garage on $20 speakers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was from that point on, it was a 5-year period of my time where I was just a producer. It's a long story. I could go on for 30 minutes just about each individual thing you asked me, but I'm gonna cut it short. My ultimate life goal and everything I've ever done was to make a difference, as I said. And the reason why I got into music other than Smokey and why I really kind of chased all this stuff was because I saw it's the biggest influence on our culture and our generation, whether white, black, purple, or Spanish. It had nothing to do with color. With my age group and the shit that we listen to, hip hop, and just the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we think, the people at the top, the entertainers, are the ones that influence us the most. And I was starting to feel like my generation kind of lost. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I want to get into this shit, obviously build a name for myself. I love music, but I also want to do something good with this power. Then I got into music and I realized all this shit is controlled from the top and there's an agenda and ain't shit you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the people
music industry, once you really cross it,
it's like it's a toxic world, and I was around a lot of just gangster motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a cold producer, but it wouldn't even feel like producing sometimes. I was really risking my life. I was really in the streets. I was really, you know what I'm saying? Like, that culture is real. You know what I'm saying? It's very toxic, very dangerous. And I stood strong and I earned my stripes and I earned my respect. I done got locked up out here. I won't go into that too much, but it's like I didn't save people's lives physically for respect. You know what I'm saying? Not even for respect, because I loved them and I needed to. You know what I'm saying? But things like that in that time of my life built me from just a little skinny, little goofy white boy into someone who was around a bunch of bosses, and they'd be looking at me like, who is this little goofy white boy? But why is he why is he so confident? Why is he standing on top of shit? Why are they treating him like he's their brother? And he, you know what I'm saying? It's because I really put that work in. I really put the blood, sweat, and tears to earn them rights. And then when I got to a point in music where I'm like, okay, I can't get to where I want to be in music because the people at top is all controlled. I woke up one day. I remember it was one day I woke up. I said, how do I get to that next level? And I started studying the people at the top, the Futures, the Lil Babies, the Drakes. What is the shit they talk about? What is the shit that all these rappers want? Is that luxury lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? The Lamborghini, they want to come to Miami and get on a yacht with a bunch of girls and stay in a mansion. So I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start up this rental company, and that's gonna shortcut me from being a little producer that's sending emails to some random dude's email that don't even know me, hoping that he listened to it. I'm gonna be the guy that provides him with the Lamborghini for his video to pull up in that Lamborghini, shake his hand, and be like, yo, I got a beat for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a cheat code. Yeah. And that's what I figured out. And obviously it started off as very small and caused a lot of stresses and losses and learning experiences just getting to this point in my business, the new business in the rental game. But now I'm at a point where every major artist, I have a list on my phone, about 100 names, the biggest name, A-list celebrities in the world call me for shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just rented out a Man Street Cullinan in the driveway outside for $1,500 a day to a multi-millionaire before I walked in here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing all this shit digitally now. I could just do whatever I want. I get paid to live my dream life, and I get paid to do it. And every day I wake up and do something fun. It don't even feel like work anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So, boom. So you're a producer. You working with Simo.
Yeah, bring me back, man. I go way ahead real fast.
No, you good, man. Look, if you gotta, I understand the mindset. You know what I mean? I understand the mind. if anybody understands, I understand.
That's why I'm here, gang. I ain't never told my story for nobody. This is $1 million story right here. We're gonna make a movie about this shit one day. If I really went into the deepness of each individual part of my path, it'd be a blockbuster movie, bro. Deeper than the Biggie Small shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not R.I.P. Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Respect to Biggie.
I get
but this shit
I get what you're saying.
Shit is crazy. It's all action, comedy, romance, all sorts of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So yeah, man, and I get how the mind works. When you're a visionary, that's just how it works. Not
it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my biggest enemy and my biggest trouble is my own mind. Nobody can stop this shit but my own self. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So you working with CMO, you're a producer. All right. You wake up one day, you like, boom, it just clicks. All right. So how did you just get started in renting cars and mansions?
So when I got out of jail in Texas, I had about 5,000 in my name. I told myself while I was locked up in Texas, I'm gonna move to Miami. I had like 5,000. Probably my rent was $3,000 at that time. This is 2018, so it was cheaper back then. I moved into a condo in Miami with every dollar I had, and just started networking, bro. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I was still producing. When I moved to Miami, I didn't think yet about the rental shit. I had moved to Miami first and started seeing how this shit really worked. And then the CMOs of the world would come to Miami. All these artists would come to Miami, and I would just be their homie. So I'd come pull up whatever boss shit they was doing, and I'm like, oh, I'm right here. I'm seeing how this shit works. The first gig I ever got was I had moved into a building, and I met this older Peruvian man, Latino man. I actually speak fluent Spanish too. I taught myself fluent Spanish living out there. He owned 14 condos in the same building I was living in. It's a high 56 floor building on the water. Keep in mind, I'm 19, 20 years old at the time. I got so close to him where he ended up giving me all his keys to his apartment and moving back to Peru. So I'm over here running a fucking $1 million organization for him with 15 different high-rise condos. I'm not even 21 yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I am, but it's like, bro, that's how I got started in this shit. Really, and I didn't have no clients. All I had was the kids from the city I grew up in, which was Fort Lauderdale, Broward, Pompano, you know what I'm saying? About 45 minutes north of Miami. But all my life, I never went to Miami. You know, growing up in South Florida, it's two different worlds. It's two different worlds.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I finally got out to Miami and started getting some motion, and I'm like, oh, this is how this works. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't really tell you exactly how I got into it. I used to go stand out on, like I live by a marina. I used to go stand out by a marina and walk around and find the sketchiest looking motherfucker that might just want to do some under the table business with me and just, you know what I'm saying? Just watching this, but hey man, I have these guys coming, I'll make it up. Oh, I got these clients coming to town. I need a boat from you. Think you could like hook it up? I might make a few bucks on top. I'll do that shit 100 times till I found the right plug. And then keep in mind, I'll find a plug and he'll fuck me over and take my client and cuss me out the deal over and over again for years and years and years. And that's what I pride myself in now. My entire network, I like to say, needs me, respects me. And without me, let me take it back. This is a major thing I learned. In life, people are always going to try to fuck you over and cut you out of shit unless you provide so much value to them that it doesn't make sense for them to do it.
Exactly.
And that's what I learned. I used to beat myself up. Oh, why everyone out to get me? Why everyone try to steal from me? Why nobody don't want me to win? Because nobody don't ever want you to win. You got to do this shit for yourself. You got to learn. You got to go through real experiences, take them losses, be the bigger man. And that's when you grow and start building your value. And when you get to a point where you're truly valuable, shit gonna start making sense. You know what I'm saying? And you can't fake it. You can't make it up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You have to learn. You have to really have it mentally. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, it's the intangibles. It's the shit.
So how I got into rentals, really, I just step by step. I have one of the biggest inventories of everything you can name. Exotic cars, yachts, and houses in Miami alone. Really in the whole country, it's been growing. I got cars out in Houston now. I got an M3 outside right now. You know what I'm saying? I got LA unlocked, New York City, and now we're going international with it. We'll talk more about that later. But it all just started with I knew a guy who wanted something, and I found a guy who had it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. I was just a middleman. I was just a little broker. You know, yeah, I got this guy. And it just turned into something that was just incredibly big. And then I got to the point where it's like I had enough money to go buy my own cars and rent them out. I had enough money. I had so much motion and respect in the industry that I had millionaires every day. Oh, I got this new Lamborghini. It's sitting here. I'm going to give it to you. I just want you to manage it. And we go 50-50 on it. I could have the biggest fleet of cars, and I did that at one point. But I got to the point where I realized that the value isn't from being the guy who has the assets and is doing all that hard work and cleaning the cars and doing all that shit. The value for me was just having all the clients and having the network. So by being in the middle, I got zero liability, zero overhead, zero trouble. I don't have to do shit. And I make 50% of what an asset owner makes every single time anything moves. He worked his whole life to get $300,000 to buy that Rolls Royce, and he don't know what to do with it. I'm making 50% of what he makes every time that car moves, and I don't have to spend $1 or ever lift a finger. You know what I'm saying? I make $500,000 a year just sitting on my phone pressing buttons. You know what I'm saying? So that's the power of it. But I got into this shit real small, bro. Like as small as you could possibly imagine. And I dealt with every possible bad thing you could. And now I have a whole mentorship coaching program where I have people, hundreds of DMs in my shit talking about, oh, hey, I'm trying to tap in how you do. You're such an inspiration. You're so motivational. How do I do what you do? You give me $2,000 and I turn you into a fucking super plug overnight. And that shit is guaranteed back to you. And it's so cheap, you make that shit back in one play. Like, damn, now I got an army of people in all different places around the world that give me $2,000 a year, but they turning up with my inventory, getting my prices, cutting me out the deal, and I'm teaching them 24/7 priority, everything I know, and keeping them from getting fucked over like I did, because all my connections now is so solid and vetted that they need me. So when my member who's part of my program brings a little deal, he finds a guy who needs a car, I'm bringing it to my plug as if it's my deal, and I'm stamping it with my face. You know what I'm saying? So now I got a whole army of people I'm in 100 places at once, and everything comes through me, though. They just get access to my price. So I'm handling the deal, I'm facilitating everything off my respect and my reputation. So your shit goes smooth and you get paid out. Nobody don't try to fuck you over. But ultimately, it's a number game to me. You win 10 times more than me, but I got 100 of you. And after you make your money back, I get 25% off everything you do.
Yeah.
So you still get 75%. You make 10,000, you're taking 7,500 home. And I did all the work. It's all my infrastructure. It's all my knowledge. It's all my connections that I done built up, blood, sweat, and tears over the years. I'm just making you into me so you can go in a place that I might not be and go find a client that I would have never found. Man, what you mean you got 100 Lambos? Put them in a chat with me, and I'm gonna say, oh yeah, this is my best guy. I work for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I'll say I work for him. You know what I'm saying? I'll close that deal because I'm the coldest at this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I make it happen for everyone all the time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I'm slowly building, getting bigger in this shit, because it's just step by step by step, and now I'm at step 1,000,000. You know what I'm saying?
Well, facts. Yeah. Facts. Got you. So
deep crazy shit, man.
No, that's a crazy concept. I mean, it's
very scalable too.
So here's
what I did in Miami. I plan on doing. So I don't need, as I said, I don't need to own anything, and I make 50% of what any asset owner makes by simply having the network. You know what I'm saying, and having that trusted brand. So if I go to Colombia and stay, and I go find this guy who owns 10 villas on Airbnb, I'm gonna stay in one of his villas perfectly, pay the full price. I'm gonna just to go tap in with him. Hey man, I'm from Miami. I had to do a similar thing in Miami. I got 100 clients. I can send you a year to stay in this villa. This villa only cost me $300 because it's in Colombia. I tell my client back home, oh yeah, this is $800 a night. You know what I'm saying? To them, they're paying $5,000 a night for some shit in Miami. So now they're gonna come and fly in Colombia, stay in this penthouse. I got the driver trusted who's not gonna kidnap them. I got the chef that's gonna come through. I got the girl, whatever they need. I'm not gonna say I got the girls. I ain't no pimp, but it's like whatever the fuck you need, I can connect it for you because I got a lot of connections. And even if I don't know where to find it, someone I trust and love and they love me is gonna make it happen for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very scalable thing. All I need to do is just tap in with one individual person in a new city that has an asset. Then I could leverage that asset in 100 different ways to get more assets and to bring clients to that new place. All while I'm just from wherever the fuck I am. I might be on a beach in Punta Cana or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with it. Instead of just focusing on like, oh, I need to get 50 cars and do this big thing in Miami. No, I'm going to have QOQ is going to be the go-to luxury concierge for anything that anyone can name at any tourist location in the world. You go fly to Bali. Oh yeah, I got your villa with you. I got your driver. I got your chef coming through. Oh, you going to Spain. Oh, we got your Ferrari waiting for you there. That's what I'm building towards. I want to get to the point now where I can make legal agreements with big companies like Hilton or Marriott or big concierge service, because I built to the point where I'm really a small fish in this shit, but the volume I do is bigger than a lot of the biggest guys. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to build my shit, clean it up a little bit so I can go walk up to a real corporate office and be like, hey, look, this is what I can bring to the table, but I need you to be able to do this, and let's make this agreement. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I like your approach. It's like one of my concepts. I say I'd rather have 10% of a billion than 100% of 50 million.
100%.
Exactly.
Because you provide, when you take 10% of that billion, it's deep. Yeah, obviously money's important in this world, but you also create opportunities for other people, man. I ain't selfish, bro. I really don't care about the money. I need the money so we can continue doing what we do, and I can continue learning. I continue blessing the people around me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about, the money. I call it fun tokens. I make jokes. I'm on vacation. I turn my automatic replenish on fun tokens off. I go spend $1,000 that day. By the time I wake up, somebody sent me another 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Like, the money don't mean shit. And guess what? If I can take my money and build another Boston, guess what? If I ever fall off, hopefully, at least 1 out of the 10 that I built up.
Well, that's why you're building an army of kids over here, man. That's even better. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? One day I'm gonna get
it's
there.
It's an investment.
Yeah. They got your same genetics. They ain't gonna be that far away from the tree. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh, for sure. That's what I say. Here's what I say. I say once you have more than 3 kids, you're already fucked. So you might as well just keep fucking.
Yeah.
Man, that's a dope concept, dope story, bro. So tell me some of the most notable clients that you've worked with.
I could really pull out this. I wrote it down one day because I was like, every day I could like some shit with
like
a memory would come back. I was in the shower right now. I'm trying to think. It's too many to even name right now. I would say, let me pull it out real quick. All right. Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, one of the biggest artists in the entire world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Travis Barker, Usain Bolt, I Show Speed, Lil Baby, Future, Young Thug, Roddy Ricch, Gunna, Kodak Black, Asake, Migos, Lil TJ. I was just with Sexy Red the other day. G Herbo, Rob 49, Boss Mandilo, Boston Richie, Moneybag Yo, Babyface Ray, everyone in Detroit. I'm gonna say I'm a household name in Detroit. I actually just dropped. I'm on Peasy's album right now that just dropped yesterday.
Okay, as a producer.
With 42 Doug, yeah.
As a producer.
So we'll get into that too. QOQ Records is a thing now. So I was a producer. I got into luxury rentals because I wanted to get to the top and tap in. Now I'm using all these resources and smarts that I have and the money I finally made through something else to come back into music and start my own record label and then put people on, like the producers that'll never be heard, use my resources in the rooms I'm in to just be like, you know what I'm saying? It's so much easier now.
I call it vertical alignment.
It's full circle
$1 and make it turn into $10.
Yeah, I done went over here, took all the money over here. Now I'm bringing it back to what I truly love. Because when you're a producer and it's a full-time job, you lose the love for it. Because it's like, bro, I'm sitting here fucked up and nobody don't see this vision. I'm sitting here making beats all day. I'm not even making $2,000-3,000 a month, hopefully to make my rent. You know what I'm saying?
Look, that's how the industry gets you. Then you get this one artist that'll hit you up, be like, yeah, this the one that's gonna blow me up. Then that shit don't blow you up. And then now, it's just a mental game. Yeah, so now you found a way to get paid. It's a whole different
I found a way to be in charge of what I want to do, to be in control of every situation. Instead of just being a guy who comes up and make the beats, I'm the guy that rented them the place they're in. I'm the guy that's renting the car that control every bit of everything. So it's like, ain't no shit I'm confused about or I don't pull up somewhere and don't know what's going on. I'm the one that's controlling everything that's going on. So I'm having my hands in shit. And when someone important walks in the room and he asks, who the fuck put all this together? I'm the one that goes shakes their hand and they want to tap in and keep working. And that's gonna happen thousands of times over. And when some shit goes wrong, my biggest thing that made me who I was, I'm always the guy that takes the loss as a fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be something I always say, A, B, and C, B, C. Because A and B might be arguing, C set up the deal, A and B might be arguing. You might be an owner of a car and a client. He scratched your rim, the owner said, I want to take this amount of money. They over about to kill each other over $300. I didn't spend all this money and energy and time to make this perfect experience for a guy all week just for him to leave arguing over $100, $200. Because the owner is an entitled asshole who's really rightful to be able to make the money. He scratches his car, you should get it. This guy's a rich, egotistical guy with a bunch of diamond chains. I was like, man, fuck that. You going petty ass shit over $200. Fuck you. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to tell both of y'all, shut the fuck up. And I'm going to give you both $200, even though I ain't do nothing wrong and I'm losing here. But you want to know why? Because both of y'all are happy now and now both A and B need C. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit 100 times. Even if you take the loss, even if you the bitch boy. You know what I'm saying? I was a bitch boy I ain't gonna say I was a bitch boy, but I was just a little homie that was just beat up, told what to do, asked me a favor. I wouldn't say I had to do it, but I always did it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep a lot of people say, I don't care what people think about me. If you truly understand what perception is and how to control the perception of you, I don't give a fuck what people think about me, but I am myself, but I also am smart enough to know what people want to see. And in this industry, you got to show, especially if you want to make a difference in the world, you got to show people what they want to see before you can tell them what they need to hear. Exactly. So you got to be people don't want to listen to someone they don't look up to. And if I want to go change the world and bring all these people together, who the fuck's going to listen to me unless I go take over the biggest pop culture industry that everybody look up to? And then when I get there, then I'm going to be like, yeah, like y'all, I actually want to do something good. Like, can y'all snap out of it? You know what I'm saying? Now I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah. It's just like, I like to talk about like being embarrassed. I tell my daughter all the time, you can't be embarrassed unless you allow yourself to be embarrassed. I literally been in the gym not too long ago. I was lifting. I came down with one dumbbell and fell. And I got up like wasn't nothing wrong. Yeah. I'm not going to allow myself to be, like you said,
it's all about how you bounce back, man. It's all about perception.
Because you can laugh at me, but then I can think about it like this. I got 125-pound dumbbells in my hand. I'm in here lifting.
You don't even got time to think about what somebody thinks. You better get that shit the fuck up. You better keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whether he laughing at you or not, you get crashed out and die right now because that dumbbell on you crushing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't matter. It ultimately doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It does matter if you want to be an entertainer and all that shit. And that's why I prefer to be, I could be a rapper or do something else. I'm very versatile, but I like being a producer because you get to stay out the limelight and you could send your beats. A rapper does a feature with 20 people. He's destroying his value. He's staying less exclusive. He's fucking up his name by doing too many features. A rapper falls on stage, he fucks up his whole career just because he look goofy. You know what I'm saying? A producer don't ever be in the limelight, and you can send your beat to 1,000 people, And if the beat is good, it doesn't matter what the artist do because the whole room of people's like, damn, this beat is crazy. Even if that artist go in there and just sneeze and burp on the beat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still gonna be hard. It's still gonna be good promotion for you because ultimately the beat can't be changed. You are the painter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I chose to manage producers versus artists. Because producers is like, artists is more like having a kid. They're like divas. You gotta do all sorts of shit for them. You gotta dress them, make sure they you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, anything they say or do wrong, they done fucked up their whole brand and it's all over. A producer, they get the same amount of money, get 50% off everything, and we could just blast that shit to everybody. And if the quality's good, they're gonna fuck with it. And especially with having me, a manager and a person who's pushing it like me, I got a lot of times I'll get placements for my producers. I get 50% of everything anyways. So I'll walk into a studio with I just did a song with Millie's the other day. He was renting my house from Boston with Skrilla. Skrilla's big right now. Yeah. We just got a song with Millie's and Skrilla's dropped this week as well. That happened because I rented his manager a house. Millie pulled up. I pulled up to the crib just hanging out, dropped him a beat from one of my producers. Now we getting paid off it a couple months later. It's just full circle all the time. You know what I'm saying? I lost my track of thought again. Fuck.
No, you good, bro. You flowing, bro. It's cool, man.
Sometimes I get in my little, you know what I'm saying? But it be jumping around too much.
That's passion.
Yeah,
that's
I'm very passionate. You can't make this shit up, guys. You know what I'm saying? I know it might look goofy here, but you can't make this shit up, man.
No,
you know
that's passion, bro. So, hey, man, I get it 100%. So, tell me, when you first started in this rental business, and I know you've already kind of touched on it, or we're going to say it started off as a rental business. Now it's a concierge.
Correct.
Something
Correct.
completely different.
I learned because of those things I said before. I learned that I didn't physically want to be the person dealing with all the stress and the issues. Somebody go crashes a car and kills himself in the middle of the night. That's just a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only do you lose a lot of money, you have to deal with insurance and banks and all sorts of legal shit. I'm providing value, but I haven't to take the risks anymore. And I figured out a way to get the maximum payment for the least amount of stress. And for me, that's big because I have a lot of anxiety and have a lot on my plate. I show you my phone right now. I got 3,000 unread messages on my iMessage. You know what I'm saying? Like people be blowing me up all day. So any way that I can expand while not taking away from myself and my own stress, that's the way I went. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. And I figured that out through trials and tribulations over the years. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where this was going. But over the years, I just started figuring it out. All these little paths and all these weird connections, like you said, that I nurtured over time that didn't make sense then, they all came back now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So tell me this, on the other side of it, so we know some of the notable artists and things that you worked with. What is one of your wealthiest clients on the back end that provides the vehicles and the accommodations for you? What's one of your wealthiest?
A real boss would never expose his plug.
There you
know what I'm saying?
That's why I was just saying, but just give me a number. I don't want a name.
A number?
A number.
Bro, I got people that build rocket ships, like compete with SpaceX type shit. Like I had a kid, I had wrote this down as one of the things. I had a kid this week. This is a client, 18 years old, crypto multi-millionaire. This is just random client. I didn't even know who he was. I was going through another multi-millionaire crypto kid who was like 20. He brought me a kid for a Ferrari. International, he didn't have insurance. And I said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna run the deal. Kid crashed the whole car. Bitcoin didn't even cover it. He sent me another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and this is no insurance, no contract, nothing. Like, this is the last thing you ever want to do in rentals. This is #1 rule. You have to have insurance, you have to have a contract. They don't even grasp that.
You got the value. You got the value.
I could have got fucked over. They could have destroyed me. And I actually made money off the situation. You know what I'm saying? I actually got blessed off it. And that truly comes back to truly being a good person, truly doing the right thing, and having a strong reputation where everything comes referred from someone they look up to and is more powerful than them. All my clients come from someone they respect and love that's already dealt with me and has my respect already. So when something goes wrong with this new guy, I'm not going to argue with him. I'm going to call the guy that sent him to me and be like, hey, beat his ass when he gets home and send me the money, all right? You know what I'm saying?
Transparency is also very big because they know what they're getting into.
I'm too transparent. I'm transparent to a fault, but that's what makes me me. I'll tell you exactly how good it is. I'm not even the rental company, so I'm the guy there to help you get your way without them fucking you over. But I also got to respect the owner and the asset to make sure he's not getting fucked over. So I'm being fully transparent on both sides, which could be something that they use to hurt me ultimately. But I'm providing so much value that they just love me for, Henry's just so easy to do it and transparent. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like, transparency is good if you know how to control and your power, and you have some power behind it. If you're just a weak, transparent motherfucker, people gonna step all over you and take what you got. But if you're transparent with respect and with muscle behind you, it's a good way to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just who I am. I'm not one of them people, like I meet a person, I can read everyone. One of my gifts is I'm a chameleon. I could just blend in anywhere and I could read the minds and the energy of anything and anyone. Once in a while you come across a person where you just can't read. They it's like one of them Leo motherfuckers. We just try to, you can't tell if you happy, mad, sad, or you know what I'm saying? I make a joke.
So you start throwing little shit out there to try to get them to react.
One of the biggest things I do is test people. When there's someone around me, or if I pretend, I'll be drinking or something, I'll be on a boat with a bunch of people, like I have a good client and a couple other motherfuckers I just met. I'll pretend to be sloppy or say some goofy shit just to see how people respond. And just the way they eye twink or if they look at their homie like,
you know what it is.
Oh, I'm already reading that shit, bro.
When's your birthday?
March 6th. I'm a Pisces.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm emotional, man. I'm an empath.
So I'm a Capricorn. I'm emotional as fuck too.
Yeah.
And I've learned to say I'm emotional. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's a superpower. It's a curse and a blessing.
Exactly.
I say that with a lot of things. I look at people like playing cards. You might be 99 overall in Madden. It might be two people 99 overall in Madden, but he's 99 in strength and power, and this guy's 99 in agility and speed, but he's only 60 in speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? You got to understand your powers, and a lot of them weaknesses that growing up are your insecurities or the things you're scared of end up, if you can control them and really harness them, become your biggest superpowers and your biggest.
Be intentional, execute, capitalize.
As you can see, I never heard that one. That's good, man. Write it down. I need to start using that one.
Stamp. That's Uncle Spin's stamp.
Okay,
Man. That's my
I gotta pay
stamp.
you every time I say it.
Hell no, you ain't gotta pay me, man. You know we locked in, man. We just shit. I'm gonna call you when I'm in Miami. I'm gonna be like, hey, like.
Nah, look. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'm staying in a plush ass penthouse right now. I got a BMW outside. I got a beautiful girl over there. He done flew us both out. I ain't spent $1 yet. Uncle spent a real boss, you know what I'm saying? He done took care of me. Might not do it with all y'all. I done earned this right, but I'm saying like real Southern hospitality. I will say thank you for your time and everything, man. That's the reason why I'm even here. I don't talk on this shit, man. This is worth millions of dollars to me.
Yeah.
And you was someone that just in my past and in my circle just makes sense to do it with. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, bro. And like I said, I appreciate you. And like I said, it's a difference between the artist Boogie and Spin.
I'm just getting to know Spin. But you came so correct that I can't. You know what I'm saying? We locked in, bro. And I say that to say this: when you come to Miami, man, you don't need to give me shit, bro. Like I'll hook you up one way or another. I turn you to me, man. You have everything I got at my price, bro. I don't got to make $1 off you, bro. It's just deeper than that. We gonna build businesses together.
For sure. For sure. And that's how I operate, man.
So now by knowing me, you just became me. Literally, when I love someone, I just tell someone that, they might not grasp what I just said. You are me now. So you have 100 cars, 100 yachts, and 50 houses at cheaper than any person in this entire world can get. And you have it now. And any person you meet in a day, you walk into a bar and meet LeBron James, you can now promote that to him. Even though this is something that you don't even understand it, from this moment forward, you have that. And you don't understand how valuable that is to throw in there. But to an average person who's sweeping the floor at IHOP, now becomes the plug of the most valuable assets that any most millionaire in the world needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is
he good. It's like some Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah.
He got me ready. I'm gonna go sell him my car.
You in for free. You in for free because you did all this. But it's like, bro, this really valuable what I'm selling. And it's like, if you truly grasp, it's not about the money. It's about the value you bring. It's about the connections of the doors you open. If someone with $500 to your name, when you come through for someone who's powerful, for something that they're going to remember for the rest of their life, the things that we sell are things that sell themselves. It's the shit that everyone dreams of doing. And then they remember it for the rest of life and everything goes smooth and you're the one that did it. Every person that they meet for the rest of their life and that even comes up, they go, oh, this is my guy. Knowing you is going to be valuable to them because they look good just to know the plug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
And it's like a virus, bro. You just do good right to a couple people, that shit just takes over. You know what I'm saying? Just before I know it, I got 3,000 unread messages. I can't even keep up with it anymore. I got to build a team. That's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the hard part.
Because I don't trust nobody to do shit my way. I done built this shit my way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't trust people to do it my way.
Yeah, bro. That's the hard part. When so in my health insurance business, we're the #1 producing Obamacare agency in the nation. Same
amazing work, bro.
I hired people that had a background like me. We're a second chance company. I hired family. I did it the way they say you can't.
That's beautiful, bro.
You know what I mean?
But them motherfuckers go to war for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Your people that work for you probably 10 times more valuable than the mother. You know what I'm saying? That said, that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Everything I do is not the way to do it. I do it my way, and I be trolling people. I'm the biggest troll in the world. I do shit the opposite of what you think is gonna work.
And then tell me I can't do it so I can go do it.
Yeah, I be thinking this shit is funny, but I be literally just sitting and laughing to myself sometimes because the way my life has been just been so insane, bro. It's like I do the biggest thing of my life, and before I can even fully grasp what I just did and have a second to like pat myself on the back, the next bigger thing comes. And this is like, at this point, it's just building up. I'll be having like, right now I got 3 different major things to post, and I'm like, I don't even know which one to post, just to announce, oh, I got Sexy Red video we just did coming out. I got the song with Millies and Skrilla, Peasy and 42 Doug just dropped. This is all in 48-hour period. I'm just like, man, and this ain't even my main focus. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is just some new thing that I'm starting up.
So let me ask you this then. And first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about, we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but let's kind of talk about being in a black dominant industry, like the entertainment industry. How has being white guy like affected that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been a plus. What are the pros and the cons?
It's fucked up as it is. Racism is a real thing to an extent. It's drilled into your mind. I got some of the strongest black men in the world that treat me as a brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm invited to all the cookouts. You know what I'm saying? I done heard that shit. I done earned that shit because I done saved lives and I done put myself and put my neck out there so many times when I didn't have to for someone I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? But it's just my heart, bro. My heart's just too big, bro. I always ask, when I pray every night, I always ask God to put me in the right place at the right time. And I always am in the right place at the right time. And even if I got to take the loss, it's for a reason. And I learned a lesson, or I make some sort of connection, or I impress the right person that ultimately gives me the leverage moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
as I said before, I didn't really go into it. I'm a chameleon, bro. And as my life goes on, I'm put into new places. It doesn't matter the color to me. I just blend in and soak up. And I don't do it on purpose. It's not like I'm trying to take advantage or doing it. It's truly who I am. If I'm around you, a group of people, African-American, in something I'm chasing, I become one of y'all. I'm one of the few white boys. I ain't gonna say it because I don't want to get in trouble. Being a white guy in there, you almost looked at as lesser. You know what I'm saying? You almost beat up a little bit. It's like you would just come whole different thing, and just being the one little white boy around a bunch of gangsta ass motherfuckers that's bigger, richer, and stronger than you. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? It's very dangerous. I grew up, got my name before anything, being a white boy with hands. Yeah. I was always been small. I had long, funny hair. I had motherfuckers bigger than me come up to me, older than me, come to me, just try to press me and bully me, beat their ass on camera to the point where everybody, oh, don't fuck with that white boy. He got lightning hands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I got my original respect before I got anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I've always been that one white boy that went against everything and just...
I'm finna ask you a funny ass question. It's kind of off the wall. Can you dance?
Huh?
Can you dance?
Look. Hey, white people don't have no hips. You know what I'm saying? So we would be in the club in Dallas, motherfuckers be turning up to my beat. I got crazy rhythm, I got crazy ear, I got crazy energy and music. I know everything about music, but when it comes to actually dancing to it, I just need a bad bitch with a big booty to dance in front of me. I ain't gonna do no too much. You know what I'm saying? But I've recently learned to dance a little bit just because I've been traveling to South American countries. It's more of like a Spanish dance. I've been on the salsa, I learned fluent Spanish. I've been a little more, and with dancing, it's all a mental thing. Once you truly let go and just go for it, you got to just get with it's all energy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And when you're scared of it, you're overthinking it, and you think, oh, what is people thinking of me? Like we was talking about before, you ain't gonna do it. You're embarrassed. But when you finally say, man, fuck this, I'm gonna go out there and just dance. You was worried about somebody laughing at you. Now a beautiful woman of your dream just walked up and started dancing with you. Look what happened. Because you went against what. Right now I'm sitting in a chair. I was nervous about coming here. I don't like talking on camera. I don't even like telling my story. When I was walking here, I'm gonna stutter. I'm gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm sitting in this chair like nothing now. You know what I'm saying? When you finally face your fear, the most rewarding blessings come to you. And that's a real thing. It's something you hear your whole life, but you don't really truly grasp it until you see it for yourself.
That's real. Yeah. That's real. So I want to dissect as well. So we kind of really touched on all of the bases of quantities of quality.
Okay.
All right. So King Henry, the super producer, let's break that down too. What are some of the most notable artists that you've worked with as a producer?
See, for me, I never really got to that next level when I was producing back in the day. As far as major artists, I was really just building up artists. So my main core artists that I came up with, like, you could tag the link. I dropped an album in 2020 that had all of the street's hottest millionaires. None of these was big artists. I
think I remember that. That's what he was fucking with. So I don't know if you know, my family, we from East St. Louis.
Some of the most P-level glow.
P-level glow.
Yeah, P-level glow. Real. That's one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Yeah. That was my right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? Now, how the fuck does a little white boy from nothing end up around for motherfuckers in a place that he not even from? It just don't make sense. If people would see us together and be like, how does this...
Especially East St.
That's my brother. Like, when Big Low, like Glow gonna watch this. Bro, that's my Pisces twin. Like, bro really called me and we talk he don't talk to nobody. Like, me and him, we have the exact same, we're from 2 different places, 2 different worlds, 2 different colors. When we walk into a room and look at something, our brain dissects that and feels the energy exactly the same. And that's why we brothers, because we twins, we're both Pisces. And we like to think because we both Pisces, but it's really, God puts people on your path that some of them you don't connect with, the energy don't match. And when you learn to just let people go because the energy ain't there, and stick to the people that the energy's right with, that's when you start building and going with it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you like this, God has a hell of a sense of humor. So I'm gonna tell you
it's
like
so
this.
cliche to shit. It's like a smack in the face half the time. You know what I'm saying?
So every time before I decided to get my life right, there's a guy, he has my same exact name, but looks completely different than me. People might call me crazy. I feel like it was my guardian angel because he would pop up literally every time before I'm finna go do some fuck shit. And I'm talking about he's a white Mormon dude with red hair, everything. And my same exact name, he popping up where we at. He walking in the spot.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. He walking in the spot, talking to everybody, comfortable. And I'm talking about it's a spot.
Some people got that energy, but they could just...
It's funny how you talking about you and P-Level Glow and all of that kind of stuff. So how did that relationship come about?
That's like one of all these like weird things that come to be. So through Yami, this manager into putting some money behind him. Now, you knew Yami back in the day.
Yeah, I remember Yami.
Yami paid Hood Rich Keem. You know Hood Rich. I grew up listening to Hood Rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the biggest shit I listened to.
We used to go to Atlanta. I used to be going out there with Cotton. We fuck with Hood Rich Keem and Long Way and all of that. We up on the hill.
As a young kid who grew up listening to hip hop, like I grew up on the Gucci days and all that shit, listening to Hood Rich. And when I met Hood Rich Keem, producer with nothing, 18, 19-year-olds, I couldn't even grasp being around someone that big. And that's how I actually ended up getting close to P-Level Glow, because I tapped in with Hood Rich Keem. Shit, I was just, at the time, I didn't even make no music or nothing yet. I had some drink. I gave Hood Rich Keem some drink. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And he ended up posting me on his Twitter, talking about me and bro out here sipping, you know what I'm saying, like in Miami. And I had no name, nothing. It was like the biggest thing ever. I was like, oh, Hood Rich Keem just posted me on talking about it. And he posted me, and him started locked in. He actually hosted my first project when I did start becoming a producer. I paid him to do it, but I just wanted the Hood Rich on my shit. And I was like 20 at the time. But through him, I met P-Level Glow because they real close. And I rented, Keem put me in touch with Glow to rent a condo. As I told you, I had them condos back in the day. And I was fucking with Simo at the time, but I was only with Simo. And then I tapped in with Glow, and they was both in the same lane. They was both in the same type of spaces. They both had the same, you know what I'm saying, motion. You know what I'm saying? They was having incredible motion from different things. And those were my 2 dogs. Like those are the people that I really came up with Simo and Glow. I didn't need nobody else. I didn't try to go out and sell my beats no more. I just focused on how can we build these situations. You know what I'm saying? And how can I play my role? And that's about that. And over time, little shit would come, and I put a great album. I had Lou Graham on the album from Detroit. He's the one that put Rio, the Young OG, on. Like I had all sorts of I had Trap Boy Freddy on my shit. Like, okay. Yeah, I had a lot of like big names. I was in the streets at the time, but they wasn't famous rappers yet, but the famous rappers was tapping in with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why to the city. Yeah, the people that was in the city, that anyone who was big would tap in, would have the, you know what I'm saying, the real respect of people in the city that ain't had the name, but they had the power. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I stayed on. I didn't really want to work with the big guys I didn't know. I wanted to work and build with someone that actually loved me and wanted to see me win as well. Yeah.
It kind of like me.
But now I'm at a point where it's like, now I'm producing again. Like we did a shit on getting dropped on NBA YoungBoy's newest album with DJ Khaled talking over it. It was the #1 song on the album. The album was #2 in the world, like any genre. And our song was the #1 song off that. I don't cook beats up from scratch anymore. I got producers that make beats. When I hear some shit that really just resonates with me, oh yeah, send me that FLP real quick. I'm gonna just throw my drums, my signature sounds on it, and then I'm gonna be the one who gets it placed. Because like my main producer, Fanny 808, who I did that song with, he lives in Czech Republic. The craziest sound anyone ever heard. You could send your beat to someone, but when you pull up to somebody, bring him a Lamborghini in a mansion, and they, you know what I'm saying, and then you tell them you got beats, it's a lot different than some little producer in the middle of nowhere sending you a beat in your email. You know
so how did you go about getting that placement on YoungBoy?
The YoungBoy one was actually him. I can't even lie. The YoungBoy one was actually him. So yeah, the one with YoungBoy, like I signed him because I seen he had motion. He'd be doing that side of things where he just send his things out. Sometimes the placements land randomly off that. Sometimes placement land off me actually physically putting the play together.
Yeah,
it's all
they
50,
both
50.
Working together.
It's all 50-50. You know
so he just dropped it to Khaled and Khaled used it?
He was working with Molly Mall, who's a big producer for years and years and years. And he sent Molly Mall the loop. It was just a loop. You know what I'm saying? It was just simply a melody. And Molly Mall used it with his crew, cooked up a beat, dropped it on the NBA YoungBoy tape. NBA YoungBoy ended up paying DJ Khaled to host the tape. All it did was just sign a kid, and he made a loop one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, when all that is just placements and things blow after time. Now I just got to advance from the label. I wouldn't go say what amount, 5-figure advance from the label that we split with the team. And then we got a percentage of publishing as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, we building up our catalog of just different, you know what I'm saying? Whether I made the beat or I don't, it's still my name on it and I get 50% of it. I throw my little shit here and there. But I ain't even focused on making beats. I'm focused on letting the kid. I can sit here and make. I'm good at making beats. I'm really good at making beats. I got a good ear, but there's a kid who's way better than me making beats that'll never get heard. So instead of me trying to focus my energy into doing something that I'll never really be the best at, I'm gonna focus at what I'm doing the best at. I'm gonna put the people that's the best at doing each individual thing in position to win. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the network, I got the connections, I got the motion to help them get there. And that's basically what a label does. You know what I'm saying? On a smaller scale, I ain't a big major label, but I like to think we're gonna be one of the biggest one day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning as I go. This is all new for me. As I enter a new path of my life, this QOQ Records is this year. I just opened that this year, 2025. You know what I'm saying? Already popping off. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations, bro.
So we're gonna see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this. When people think of the name King Henry, when people hear the name Quantities of Quality, what do you want that to represent?
Look, that name right there, like sometimes my name outlives me even. Like I'm just me myself. Like sometimes I forget how big I am, but it's like, bro, my name and my reputation in real life is massive. You know what I'm saying? It's real life household name for a lot of very powerful people. And I don't have a lot of followers. I got like 25,000 followers on Instagram, but I'm talking about every one of them motherfuckers is a millionaire, a blue check, a model, some sort of powerful artist, some sort of label executive. So my network is not huge yet, but everyone in my network is the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? And they all coming back and asking me. I'm a small guy, but it's like, I have my hands in so much shit right now that it's overwhelming for me to even.
You a small guy.
That's one thing I got to control the words I say. I don't want to manifest it. Words are powerful. And I know how big and amazing I am. But I'm always gonna be in myself, just same little kid that started from nothing. And I always feel like that. And even though I walk in a room and I'm the boss of every situation I get into, I still feel that way, and it don't bother me. It doesn't hurt me.
I challenge you a little bit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So would you call yourself a humble guy?
I like to think so. Yeah.
Cool. Here's what I learned.
There's a difference between humility and confidence. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
So when you look at here's the definition of humble. And I believe I had the same conversation with Yerbo because I used to have that same mindset.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the world teaches. They don't want you to be confident. No.
Man, you done flew me out here, paid for all my shit, and I'm talking about I'm a little dog. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shut your ass up.
Listen, so the definition of humble is having or showing a modest estimate of one's value or importance.
I'm doing it right now.
Of low social, administrative, or political rank, lower someone in dignity or importance. And I had to learn, no, I'm not humble. I'm not humble at all.
No, I didn't realize that's what humble meant, because that's kind of a negative thing almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so when someone says you're a humble goat, that don't even make sense.
You feel me?
If you really break down the definition.
I'm a small fuck. Yeah. No. When you say you're a small guy, but then you say, yeah, I might not have the largest network, but guess what? We're talking about quantities of quality.
Bro, it is the biggest network. It's one of the most powerful big network in the world.
Come on, man. Like, you ain't no small guy.
Yeah, the number.
You were.
Yeah.
And that's something that'll never go away. Yeah. But right here, nah.
I'm here now, baby.
You're a trailblazer. You're a giant in your industry, and there's nothing wrong with being. There's nothing wrong with.
I like to think I'm the person who sets the standards for a lot of shit. A lot of shit. That's what's cool. A lot of people that's further than me and more powerful than me look back to me to see for verification of certain shit. You know what I'm saying? The moves I make or the things I'm doing weirdly become the accepted cool thing to do within very big. Because I have very important people watching me that influence a lot of people. Like out of every state, the person who made the most money and popped their shit the most out of, let's say, any city, when the people that actually make it out, that actually made something, that were smart enough to build something amazing and have hundreds of people following them, my business is a magnet for just the top. Every person who made or built something amazing from anywhere, they all have hundreds of people following and looking up to them. And that one person comes to me somehow. They get referred to me by someone they love and respect. And that's why I love what I do. And that's why my network is so powerful. As the numbers are not, maybe it's not as big numbers wise, but it's like actual power and value and influence. Bro, this shit is blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? It'll really blow your mind.
And this is a kind of a perspective. Who has more power, the puppet or the puppet master?
Fuck if I know, man. I ain't no damn puppet though, so puppet master, man. I'm the puppet master, man. You know what I'm saying?
And not to call anyone that you're doing business. This is just for perspective. The puppet is the one that's seen by the masses and has that level of influence. Yeah. If I'm the one that's controlling the one that is seen by the masses, then who truly is in control and has more power?
I could go into that right now. Like, there's a lot of shit going on with the industry right now. As an artist that you think are big as hell, really just owned by some other dude who has all the money, and when shit hits the fan, some random dude you never saw got billions of dollars and owns all your stuff, and the guy that you was hyping up, they don't even, you know. And I will never be that person though, because I hate people like that. I truly like people to get their most. I don't fuck people over. I don't step on toes. I truly find what's 50-50 fair and give you more. Yeah. But it has to be, but you have to agree with me what's fair. When I said find what's fair and give you more, and you try to take extra, now it's coming back. Cause I'm a good-hearted person that wants people to win, but I'm also not no bitch, and I'm also not stupid, and I do shit like that just to test to people how, you know what I'm saying? I take so many losses just to test people, just to see if it's $1,000 loss, I'm gonna go up. Okay, here's the $1,000, just to see who's gonna be like, no, you know what? I see the respect is not even your loss to take. Let's split it 50-50, man to man. Or you know what, Henry? Don't worry about it. That's the person I'm gonna work with for the rest of my life and put full value and respect and loyalty to. Because when there was a time where I was about to take a fall, you reach your hand out to me, and I'm always the person who reaches their hand out to everybody. So when I find them select few people that's really been there for me in my life, and I'll go to the end of the world for that. Y'all go right into hell for them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's funny you talk about tests. I'm gonna talk about some shit that happened 2 days ago. It's a little young dude, man, and you know I like to always give people a chance. So first he came over here and cleared the townhouse out, and he just got rid of everything, put it all in the garage. So I'm like, all right, he hungry. I'm gonna put him to work. I gave him another little thing. He handled that. I invite him to the crib. Yeah. Now, whenever I invite somebody to the crib, I always leave $40 or $60. I never leave cash. I just leave it around. So, go figure. Yeah. Hey, dude spent all day. I peeped him. He walked over there by where the money was at. I looked back around. I'm like, all right, let me see what he do. Fast forward, he finna go drop him off. $40 gone.
Over the 40 piece too.
Over a 40 piece. I was finna pay him $100 for the day. Yeah. And he was gonna have consistent work. This is a dude fresh out of jail. Yeah. Like you said, those are the types of tests. That lets me know. Yeah. That lets me know. And that's
and a lot of times them losses is, you hear this 100 times, but them shits is worth so much more than actually, because thank God you got him out in this situation right now versus 400,000.
Because he supposed to be over here with you. He's fixing to be in meeting. You know, you've seen the interviews I'm doing interviews.
You got to hand people them potential losses to see what they do with it. Because if they cheat themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already got it. We blessed by God. That shit gonna come tenfold over every time. Because I know I'm doing the right thing for the right reason when no one else is watching. You know what I'm saying? When no one else is watching, I know I could go to sleep knowing that I truly have a path that is given to me from God, and I'm with everything in my soul trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? My business is material. My business is the shit that is the problem. And that's why I chose it, because I believe a real pastor, I ain't gonna say I'm a pastor, but a real pastor, the most powerful pastor that I would want to follow is not the guy who could go stand up on stage in front of a bunch of people who willingly came there and already understand and wanted to be there to listen. The real pastor is the one who could go to the person who's running with the devil and get through to him even though he wasn't trying to listen, and really empathize with any type of person. And that's what I am as a chameleon, is I've been in so many rooms with so many different powerful people in so many different colors and cultures that I could truly, I'm not faking it. I truly empathize and become that. And now I'm able to feel what they feel and put myself in their shoes. And that goes a long way for me. Yeah. And that's a powerful thing that I have, that I haven't met a lot of people that can truly get that done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I got off track again. We're going to get some gems out of this one way or another, but I like to try to stick to the questions, because it's like...
We ain't asking questions. We talking.
Okay.
We talking, man. And so that's the whole thing. So mogul state of mind is about the state of the mind behind the mogul. Yeah. We just use the question.
I'm a sick fuck. You know, blurt my...
No, you good, bro. Like, you just don't understand you speaking my language. You can ask my production manager. I say that everything you're saying, I tell him. Yeah. I tell people all the time, I'm a fucked up individual. That's why I can understand when you think you're fucked up.
We really sick, but in a good way. Yeah.
I choose not to be.
You can see the problem is the only way you get over it. You know what I'm saying? When you can identify, like you were saying earlier, when you can identify, that's all it is. Everybody have their issues. You could be 99 overall, but you have your issues. If you're going to lie to yourself and act like they're not there, they're going to constantly be a problem. When you go and face them shits head on, you know what I'm saying? That shit is just irrelevant.
I say you take that bitch out of you and you make it your bitch.
Yeah, and then once you figure out your weakness and then you start getting around all these people, you can now soak up from other people without having to take these losses. You can get around people and soak the best out of it without having to get the worst. You know what I'm saying? And go in 100 different rooms and just get the best advice and get the best from the guy who's at the top, and then learn from his mistakes without having to do it yourself. And actually, once you get to the point when you can start learning and actually, because growing up, your mama tell you, oh, don't do this. You're going to go listen to her until you go and fucking scrape your knee and that shit hurts, and then you're going to remember. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn to actually trust people to a point in life where you actually have people of value around, then you can start learning things without having to learn it through your own experiences.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I say there's three types of people.
Yeah.
There's geniuses that learn from the mistakes of others. There's smart people that learn from their own mistakes, and there's dumb motherfuckers that just don't learn at all.
They never learn.
So you going from being a smart person, learning from your own
I
mistakes.
got to learn physically. Like I got to scrape my knee over and over again. I might even learn the first time, but I'll keep it in the back of my head. And then the next time when I fall again, I'm like, oh, you dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're learning how to be geniuses and learn from just because somebody, but you said you got to create that environment to where I can have people of value that I can trust to learn from what they're telling me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So let me
ask God
has
blessed me to put me in all sorts of rooms. I learned, like I became a very powerful, my energy is off over 9,000, like Super Saiyan, you know what I'm saying? And that's just because I didn't put it in the right rooms around the right people and just soaked up so much game from so many people and put it all together in one super form. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to think. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like a small.
Don't sound like
a small guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Even like I'm viral right now on the internet. I got a video with 100 million views, and it's viral because it was one of them balloon. You seen them balloon videos that people go on a date in balloons?
Yeah.
Bro, my shit is one of the most viral balloon shows ever in history. They be like, bro, it has over 100 million views.
You did the pop the balloon shit?
Yeah, I did a pop the balloon shit, and it's one of the most famous ones out there. Like up with like the Charleston Whites and shit up there that did it. You know what I'm saying? Like my shit has 100 million views over tons of different platforms. I walk in place, oh, you the balloon guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about that is I wasn't even supposed to be on the video. It was my QOQ members who pay me yearly to learn my business. They also shoot videos. So I put him in with one of my clients. He came into my shit. I introduced two people and he went off and got rich with another guy. Then they came back and was like, oh, we're doing this video. Can you hook us up? So I gave him my studio to shoot that in. They was driving a car that I rented them and I just pulled up to make sure everything was good that day. I wasn't even supposed to be in the video. They was just doing some little content. And I'm sitting there smoking a blunt and King 6'8", the great, I don't know if you know who he is, 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Big content creator out there. He's like, yo, come, why don't you be in there? We need an extra guy in this video. I instantly was like, man, fuck that. I ain't doing this shit. But he's like, man. And I was like, I ain't no bitch, man. Fuck it. I'll go out and do it. And it was like the most random, unprepared. I was nervous out my mind. I walked out there. It was 6, 7 girls that was all African-American girls that was all taller than me. I was the only white boy. I walked out there. Within 5 seconds, which was about 6'2", popped the balloon. Talking about just because I was short. Yeah. You know, so that's why I brought that up, because you were talking about little man. I'm really a little man. I'm only 5'7", man. But you know, top of my brain, man, I'm 1,000 feet tall. Yeah.
So how was the experience with the Pop of the Balloon?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up, just throw it out there, because people probably watch this and be like, yo, is that Henry from Pop the Balloon? A lot of people know me from that shit, bro. It's really a real organic 100 million views.
What did it feel like when that shit started blowing up? I'm talking about out in public.
First, I want to say that it was something that I was uncomfortable with and I didn't want to do. And it was something that I felt in my heart was so stupid. And it ended up being the biggest thing I ever did as far as numbers wise, which goes back to the culture being a kind of force. When things are negative or things that are like funny or questionable, those are the things that go viral. And I'm always trying to like do some like charity or something like that, or trying to bring and when I go post, oh, I'm building an orphanage for fucking 50 homeless children in Africa, Instagram fucking blackballs me. I get 10% of the views in the day. I get nobody don't like my story. I go post my girlfriend and me in a Lambo. My shit is fucking banging. You know what I'm saying? Like I have 100, 200 story likes, all from powerful people. I'm getting 3,000, 4,000 views on my story. You know what I'm saying? Well, I post some good shit. I get 300, 400 views for the whole day. Like I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Right, so, but that opened my mind a lot, that I'm like, yo, you have to you got to show people what they want to see. You got to play the game and get to that and sneak under the rug. Because if you try to go this way, nobody want to hear that shit. And it's fucked up, because that's what needs to be heard. But in this modern day and age, people is worried about the wrong thing.
I'll dive into that.
That's a deep one. We have to do another.
Yeah, that's something else. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's really deep. That's my heart. That's my, like, if we can, I'm going to send you the video with the orphanage. I did a little voiceover on that. I was really speaking shit that really means to me there. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you that later. Maybe we can throw a little snippet on here or over the video or something later. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe get some. So what I'm doing with that is, like, not only am I trying to change the life of 50 children who deserve it clearly, but I'm just trying to prove a point that all these people have all this money and all this power and don't do shit. I got 25,000 followers, and it only costs $25,000 in US dollars to build an orphanage that changes all these children's life. It's not a beautiful place, but it's going to be a home for them that's theirs in Africa. And that only costs $1 per follower. So none of us would even feel it, and we would change the life of 50 children for $1. We spend more than that on anything, everything in America. You go have a water bottle is more than $1. We could spend $1, all of us, and change the life of 50 children while building something that is going to be timeless, something making a real impact. 100 years from now, your children are going to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? For $1. And that's, for me, that's a smack in the fucking face. You took 1% of all these NFL players and NBA's contracts. They don't need fucking $700 million to shoot a ball. Maybe they got $699 million. Still way too much money. And each one of them took that $1 million, they would not feel that shit, and there would be no problems in the world. Like hundreds of millions of people would have problem solved, and that's what breaks my heart the most. And I can't just do what I'm doing in this lifestyle and be the star while knowing that in the back of my head that people are, just because they were born a certain way or born in a different place, they might be smarter than me and more talented than me. They just never get it because they were just in a place that never had an opportunity. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like people in my platform, that any platform, need to do a little more. I'm not saying, you know, change your whole life around and don't drink and don't fuck girls, you know what I'm saying? But take a percentage of your time and do something good with it. Use the platform you build instead of trying to promote toxicity and cancer back to your people. Try to, you know what I'm saying, influence. Even if 10,000 people watching my shit, if 5 people really get my message and go out and do that shit, that's just worth it to me. I don't care. Even if I ruin my platform over it, it's for something that is worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I'll rebuild that shit over again because I'm a real hustler. You know what I'm saying? Real
talk. We're going to dive into that one tomorrow. So let me ask you this.
How am I doing, babe? Good? Okay.
Let me ask you this, bro. Give me one of the wildest stories like that, or quantities of quality.
Bro, I got some crazy ass stories, dog. Like, it kind of stresses me out even just trying to choose one right now. Let me think.
Give me like some shit.
It's not in my name, but that's the shit that comes with the shit, where you think shit's all sweet until that kid goes and runs that Ferrari into the fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? And now you have some very powerful boss of bosses who's like, yeah, hey, Henry, everything's cool, but you owe me 100,000 right now. I need that today. Yeah. and I don't even have no contract with the guy legally binding him to give me that money. So that comes down to all respect and muscle, deeper than any type of money or contract or anything. Like, you either, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's a lot of crazy shit that can come with this, and that's why I don't take risks very often. I'm difficult to come around. I'm difficult to do business with. You got to really show me something if I'm even willing to risk myself for you or to put myself out there for you. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So who was one of your most difficult celebrities working with?
I don't like to call. I don't like to name drop.
All right, we're gonna name drop.
I mean, I thought J-Lo was gonna be nicer, but J-Lo was kind of rude and she didn't even want to talk to me. And you know what I'm saying? We ended up giving J-Lo the car for free. I was like, yeah, we're gonna pay for this car just to impress Jennifer Lopez. We pull up to the car to Jennifer Lopez, and she looked at me and walked away. And I'm like, ah, man.
You're like, low-key, your feelings was hurt.
Yeah, I was hurt. This was a while ago, but I was hurt that time. I mean, I ain't no hard feelings against her. You know, I understand. And as I get into this, as I get bigger, I don't ever take shit like that personally, because people are just people, and Jennifer Lopez is just a woman.
She could have been.
She got a lot of going on. She could have had a bad day.
Maybe she just had a bad day.
I've been around so many celebrities. Like the other day when we did the shoot with Speed and Usain Bolt, when we pulled up, Speed was in a badass mood. Like I didn't see Speed 100 times on camera smiling and running around. I met Speed in person. He wasn't trying to talk to nobody. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was in a bad mood. Once Usain Bolt pulled up, he was back to his normal self. And it's just people are people, and they have a lot going on. Of course, I want to go walk up to these celebrities I'm working with, but I don't ever go out my way to go be some fanboy, bro. Like, you gotta be just play it cool, give them their space, and when God gives you that perfect moment where you just next to them and they need you, that's when you tap in. But you already gave them the value and put the work in, and you ain't scare them away doing some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a situation where I really needed to talk to someone or really get somebody's beating email or something like that, but I was like, I'm gonna let it slide, and that person just walked away and I never saw him again. But then a year later, I saw him again, and that whole year, I'm like, damn, I missed that opportunity. Yeah. But then a year later, I got the opportunity, and it happened 10 times better, and it happened at the right moment. And sometimes you gotta things will happen when the time's right. I truly believe in that. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect timing. And you can't force it. God has a plan for you, and as much as you try to force it and go against it, you only gonna hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta that's why I don't care when I'm a millionaire or not, because I know that shit gonna come right when I deserve it. Another thing I pray for at night, I close my eyes, say, make me a man who deserves these blessings before I ever get a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Teach me the lessons I need to understand, truly teach me them, not just show me, make me feel it, make me understand truly, you know what I'm saying?
Because the thing is, and this is what I tell people all the time, you can take away everything I have today, but if I truly learned how to get it, you can't take the process.
You could throw me in a jungle with a fucking lion. I'm coming out with a fur coat and lions behind me, bro. I say that all the time, bro. I don't even have to speak the language. Bro, it's all energy. Life is energy. If you have that gift in you, bro, you could take everything from me tomorrow, and I'll probably be 10 times bigger just because I found some new way to do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I love what I do, but what I do might make me the richest man in the world. It might not. One day, who knows where it's going to go, but what it does is just teach me so much and teaches me all the things that are worth more than money. Like, I done been around so many millionaires and made so much amazing things happen and accomplished so much before I even had 50,000 to my name.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler. Like I was making 100,000 a year, but everything's going back into the business, you know, stuff like that was me for years, and I was broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I had real respect and real emotion and real reputation and real loyalty from people that matter. And that's what taught me that there's a lot of things that are more powerful than money. And I got people that have 100 times more money than me that call me for advice, as I said. Like, and that just showed me that one day that money's gonna come. Because if this guy who is a friend of me has $100 million, why the fuck can't I? Because I already, and he's looking at me like, yo, you're the truth, Henry. One day you're gonna be bigger than me. I don't know how I'm gonna get there,
Yeah.
but it's gonna come one day. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna be happy because I know I did the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Well, damn, King Henry, man, there's a lot of gems in here, a lot of gold nuggets.
We're gonna have to run this back another day. You know, I honestly
I'm coming.
like
We coming to Miami.
That's we could do some shit like this on a yacht in Miami.
We going to sell. Yeah, we here because
there's a lot of like each individual question you've asked me. I could go into an hour deep of how it all happened. It would be the craziest story you ever heard. But I have to really go into each of how, because the way with my life, it's like God has made so many things that weren't supposed to happen, and it like things that I couldn't even explain or believe happened. And it's like, I know it's God doing it for me. And it's just like so cliche and just such a small 0.1% chance that this would happen at this moment. And it happens for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a plan of a couple of events that happen over time that make it happen. It all works out in my direction. And I learned so much through that period of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's all just perfect timing, as I said. You got to just go through the steps. You got to take the losses. You got to take the falls, and you got to keep pushing and learn from your mistakes. I don't go say I like when bad things happen, but the worst things that have ever happened to me in my life have made me the most powerful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like taught me the most. It sounds cliche, but the worst things that have ever happened have always brought the best thing to my life.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. You heard it from the man himself, man. We want to thank you for your time, King Henry.
Of course.
So like you said, we're gonna run it back again. This is just the beginning. This is another Mogul State of Mind interview here, man. The Mogul continues. Appreciate y'all.
I'm honored to be here. Appreciate y'all having me, and we're looking forward to the next episode, man. We got a lot more to talk about.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna shoot some guns tomorrow, man. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yes, sir. We're gonna have some fun tomorrow. Yes, sir. All right.